So right now I'm skateboarding to my parking spot where I'm gonna leave the skateboard and I need to get my bike lock. And then I have to take the train to the bike shop in Brooklyn and get my fixed up bike and then somehow get from Brooklyn to Manhattan to work. And the key factor is, depending on how long the train takes, whether or not I'm going to be able to ride my bike into the city or have to take the bike to the train to bike to work. All right, let's go. Oh, and here I have more bike parts. And I also need to get some tools. My van has a tool chest under the passenger seat. So I need some tools for the pedals and to put some of the new nuts and bolts on. Now I'm walking at a brisk clip, about as fast as I can within reason, to the nearest train station here in Queens. And I have to go through this absolutely filthy, always mysteriously wet underpass. There's always water here. And I walk through the underpass because the sidewalks are caked with bird crap from people who feed the pigeons as sort of it's part of some superstition from somewhere. I shall not name the place that I suspect that it comes from. And there are also pancaked rats all around this area from being driven over by cars. As you can see, I live right by the airport. It's okay, let's go. It appears I just missed a train. Depending on which train comes into the station right now, it's one of two different trains. I'm either gonna have to take 3 trains to Brooklyn, or possibly even 4. I'm hoping it's 3. I've got just over an hour to get to work in the city. So let's hope this all works out. It's the R train, so it's looking like I'm gonna have to take 4 trains to get to Williamsburg, Brooklyn, to the King Kong bike shop. I know it's really loud in here. Train 1 to train 2. Train 2's not here yet. Hopefully it comes super soon. Okay, train number 2 is here, the E train that I need to take just 1 stop to the next station and transfer to train number 3. Let's go. Okay, now going from the E train, which is train number 2, to train number 3 for a couple of more stops into Brooklyn. This is what takes us from Long Island City to Williamsburg. It's a long walk between trains number 2 and trains number 3 here in Long Island City. Some cool murals though. I love these intricate mosaic murals I think they're from a couple of decades ago now. I don't know exactly when they were installed, but they're pretty awesome. Okay, now we're at the G train, which is train number 3. So hopefully this debarks pretty soon. I'm really on a time crunch. I've got to be at work in 45 minutes.
This is the Church Avenue bound G train. The next stop is Broadway.
Okay, so that's train number 3, the G train, and now we're going to the 4th and final train. But the station's hella crowded, so it's going to take a second. Try and skip past these people here. The likelihood of me being on time to work, it's getting slimmer and slimmer. But I'm still holding out hope. I've still got almost 30 minutes. And like the last station, this is a really long physical transfer. So the train lines are definitely not close together. Thankfully, by the grace of God, the 4th and final train is pulling into the station. This is the L train, and this gets us closest to the King Kong bike shop. Okay, this is the last part of this part of the journey. Now I have to walk as fast as I can to the bike shop, and I need to make that transaction as quickly as possible, as much as I'd love to hang out and shoot the breeze and thank them. But it is super go time. It's nice to see the daylight again. I mean, today to me is the essence of like a New York City hustle and bustle grind day. See that? I just conflated an old expression and a new expression. But if I end up leaving here in the near future, I definitely, on some level, I won't miss this, because it's just too crazy sometimes, the lifestyle here. How many things you have to compress in one day. It's exciting. It's also exhausting. Well, here it is. Ah, this is looking so sweet. Got the brick red tires, the brick red grips, got fresh brake cable, got my disc brake all hooked back up. And now I've got literally just minutes to get to work. So I'm gonna haul ass to the next train station, and then I've got to just throw the bike on the train and get into the city. My God, this almost feels like a new bike. This is amazing. What a happy day. I wish I didn't have to go to work. Look how instantly dirty the streets get the red tire. Wow, this feels so good. It's like I've given this bike a new life. See, one thing about these narrow handlebars is they fit right through the subway turnstiles. That's part of why I have these things cut the way that I do. And this bike is light enough to where I can just hold it by the neck and carry it up the stairs. I have exactly 10 minutes to get to work. Okay, I'm in the city now, and I've just got to ride the rest of the way to work, which is only like 6 blocks. There is no place quite like New York City in springtime. Streets. You can actually ride much faster than you could even like a year ago, because a lot of this asphalt is still fresh from last year. Now here is the lovely and mysterious Gramercy Park, which the lore is that only the people who live in the buildings surrounding it have a key to it. It's a private park. You can see it's all gated off, and you can also see there is nobody in there. I have never in my life known anyone, been friends with anyone who's been allowed to use this park. The trickiest part of commuting to this job is that I can barely fit just myself and any bike in this elevator. It's really claustrophobic. But I did it. I made it to work, and I punched in on time by about 30 seconds. Well, this turned out to be a hell of a day. I got the brake project completely done. I just finished the rest of it actually at work, which was to put these yellow Crank Brothers pedals on and replace the crusty old blue ones that I've had. And I put all red metal accents, which you probably can't see in the dark, but all like red cage bolts and valve caps and spindle caps for the axles, which are the same as the valve caps. And it all worked out. I forgot it was super hard to get these Crank Brothers stamp pedals off. Had to put some serious elbow grease into it. I was actually really worried there for a second. I was afraid that it was gonna impede me from getting home. But one thing that's really great, as the woman at the at King Kong Bike Shop said, she's like, oh, she said, you almost want to be careful braking. She said we hooked that brake up so hard that you're going to be surprised at how well it stops. The one little screw up, there were a lot of moving parts today, and one little screw up is that I forgot the nubbins for these lights, the front and back lights. So I'm actually just wearing them on my hoodie. I forgot they're little nubbins that go on the bar and on the seat post. And but with a project like this, it's almost like, because I'm not obviously a very well organized person, it's almost impossible to remember every single nut and bolt. It's like you're bound, especially, you know, I had a full day at work, or full night at work, I should say. There's no way I was going to remember everything, so, but I like made do. I got a little LED and collar going on, I guess. And now I'm heading back over the bridge to Brooklyn. So all in all, kind of crushed it today. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more content like this, especially more New York City stuff, please like, leave a comment, and subscribe. That would actually really help me grow my channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.